In today's breaking story, Donald Trump is throwing a massive temper tantrum all over the new South Park episode. How's it going? My name is Hunter Avalone with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as we all know, Donald Trump doesn't like being mocked, but unfortunately for him, he's not very smart. So he gets mocked quite a lot. Basically, Trump is always the butt of the joke. I mean, even as we speak, Trump is being mocked for this.
It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2.
This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added
our entire capital.
Yeah, you just added in a third building is what that is. That's a third building.
Well, no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So,
not new.
I guess the news there is that Donald Trump got Jerome Powell to wear a hard hat, but the real scoop is that Jerome Powell in real time failed to be humiliated by Donald Trump by putting on his glasses, reading the document Donald Trump pulled out of his pocket, and making a fool out of Donald Trump for getting his facts wrong about the cost of multiple buildings being renovated. Vaughn Hilliard, that seemed like a colossal failure. Where are they going next?
I mean, though, may I say, Nicole, the number of people that we have on camera with the current sitting president here in 2025 repudiating and pushing back against his commentary, it's a very small number.
And if it's not that, Trump is being mocked by his own supporters, or maybe I should say former supporters.
But the fact that he will not touch this, and then this last week, him doing the distractions,
bro.
Dropping the MLK file. Like, who asked for the MLK file?
Yeah.
Who asked for MLK?
You know what's funny is I'm not a huge conspiracy theorist, and I was initially like, the Epstein thing for me was just the last straw in terms of you not getting things done. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure there's some smoke, they'll release it. But the more they're doing to hide it, the more I'm like, oh, they're hiding something crazy. Yeah. I didn't necessarily, I was like, there's probably something.
The second he started talking about Obama, I was like, oh, he's guilty.
Yeah.
Also, like, why are you talking about Obama and treason? You got a guy who has sex with teenagers that you are protecting.
But it's nothing compared to what Trump is dealing with now. That's right, in today's top story, Trump is throwing a massive tantrum all over the new South Park episode. Take a look at this. President Donald Trump is throwing a full-blown tantrum after South Park opened its new season by absolutely torching him with scenes so wild, even Satan gets involved. The season 27 premiere centers around Trump cracking down on free speech, suing anyone who dares criticize him. In classic South Park fashion, things spiral from there. Protesters flood the streets, Jesus descends from the sky, only to warn them that challenging Trump could get them canceled, referencing a recent 60-minute settlement as proof. But it's the White House bedroom scene that sent shockwaves. Trump, animated and exaggerated, climbs into bed with Satan and pleads, "Come on, Satan, I've been working hard all day." When he throws off the covers, Satan looks down and deadpans, "I can't even see anything. It's so small." South Park released a deepfake PSA showing a nude Trump wandering the desert. That was apparently the final straw. The official White House response came swift and furious. Press Secretary Taylor Rogers told Variety, "This show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years and is hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas in a desperate attempt for attention. President Trump has delivered on more promises in just 6 months than any other president in our country's history, and no fourth-rate show can derail President Trump's hot streak. Rogers also lashed out at South Park's defenders, saying, "The left's hypocrisy truly has no end. For years, they have come after South Park for what they labeled as offensive content, but suddenly they are praising the show. In reality, the timing couldn't be worse for the White House. The South Park episode dropped just as creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone signed a massive new deal with Paramount, including 50 new episodes and full streaming rights on Paramount+. So while the Trump administration insists the show is irrelevant, it looks like South Park just did what it does best: mock the powerful, rile up the right, and break the internet doing it. And judging by this meltdown, it struck a nerve. At the end of the day, Donald Trump might hate being mocked, but he tends to invite it with just how delusional and butthurt he really is.